If you're looking for a quick resin tutorial that gets a beautiful, shiny finish with no bubbles, look no further. We're about to start. So first and foremost, you want to get a really nice high quality resin. My resin of choice is from ResinRockers, and honestly, I don't think that there's any better out there on the market. So that is a 1-to-1 ratio resin, so we're going to pour equal amounts of the A part and equal amounts of the B part into this cup and mix it together. So while we're mixing, I wanted to just add a little pro tip on here. I am mixing this in a little hot water bath, literally just hot water from my sink in a cup, and I'm making sure that the water doesn't spill over the edge into the cup of resin. But what this hot water does is it helps thin out your resin, makes it easier to mix, and in this case, it helps any bubbles that I make while I'm mixing release faster. So you want to be careful if you're using a fast set epoxy, because this does quick start the chemical reaction and it might cause your resin to cure faster, but ResinRockers has about a 30-minute work time, so that's more than enough for me, even if I do happen to speed it up a little bit with the hot water. Okie dokie, so now it's time to apply onto the piece. I'm using an airtight container. I want to make sure that there's no floaties from the air, no cat hair that makes it onto my final cure, and this helps me do that. I swear there's nothing worse than finding a cat hair on my cured piece. So I've also protected the back of my piece with resin tape. This ensures that if there's any drips of resin, it'll just catch on here and I can remove it really easily. I am also doing my resin layer over a silicone mat. This kind of keeps my piece raised up so it catches any of the resin that drips off, instead of having it pool directly underneath your piece. As we start to pour the resin, you want to make sure that you're just doing it in small areas. I don't like to flood my entire piece because that increases the chance of the resin flowing off over the sides, and we're just only doing a dome coat. Once you get all your resin on there, you're going to take a flame. I like to use a torch lighter, and you're going to pop all of the bubbles. They just pop super easily. You really don't have to make any type of effort. I'm not touching the resin directly with the flame. I want to make that clear. You're literally just hovering the flame, and the heat from the fire will pop any of your bubbles. So now it's time to close this beautiful piece up in the plastic container. No, this does not affect how the resin cures. Resin doesn't air dry, it cures by a chemical reaction. So this does nothing besides protect your piece. Hope that helps.